Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys 1/6 scale Ahsoka series figure unboxing and review. Today, we're taking a look at Marrok. Now, I got mine at a discount from Pop Collectibles. I've popped a link to their site in the description, along with the discount code Justin's Collection, for 5% off your order if you decide to buy from them. As always, do your own research, make sure you're comfortable before buying. If you're heading down to the description, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button, so you're notified as soon as brand new Ahsoka series content goes live on the channel. As for the box art, up front, an image of the actual figure. His lightsaber blades are looking a little desaturated for my liking. Fingers crossed that's not representative of what's inside the box. We will soon find out. Below him, a metallic foil Star Wars logo. Then the blue accent color wraparound banner with the World Between Worlds in the background representing the Ahsoka series, with some figure photography on it. And it's high gloss, so it stands out against the satin finish for everything else. This video is brought to you by Justin's Collection.shop, the home of the figure first aid kit, as well as other accessories to help your collection be the best it can be. The first aid kit contains multiple tools to help you with maintenance, styling rooted hair, and much more. We also sell crotch grabbers, soft rubber tips to prevent damage, and they're compatible with most modern Hot Toys base molds. Acrylic risers come in multi-packs. They're optically clear, thick and sturdy, and stackable. Check out the link to Justin's Collection.shop in the description. It's really weird they did that. They dialed down the saturation for the main image up front, but then for this shot of Marrok on the side of the box, his lightsaber blades are very vibrant. Around the back, all of the boring stuff, warnings, legal information, and their store locations. Okay, now this is more like it. The figure himself, Ahsoka, just out of focus off to one side. Loving the graphic behind him, the burning embers, it really sets the scene. We've also got the forest, and it's got this blue tint to it, so it contrasts against the red for his lightsaber blade. If only they could use that as the main cover art for the box versus what we ended up getting. First in-hand impressions for Marrok, he is surprisingly lightweight, which I wasn't expecting for an armored character. What we're going to do now is get all of his accessories laid out in the light box, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 lightsaber hilts for some reason, and take a closer look at everything he comes with. I now know why he's got 4 lightsaber hilts. It makes sense, we'll get stuck into it, but starting off with the display base first, it's their go-to rectangular Imperial look flooring Star Wars base mold. It's done in gunmetal with a bit of a sheen to it, nothing abnormal about that. But check out the weathering. They do this from time to time, not nearly often enough in my opinion. The really fine scratches, the heavy chipping. I want to see more of this going forward. Around the front, Star Wars and Marrok on the etched nameplate, then up top, a height-adjustable, wide scoop crotch grabber. Unfortunately, my fears were sort of realized with his lightsaber blades. Not so much the swooshing ones, but the straight-edge blades are very desaturated. They lean pink rather than red, and that's simply not ideal. I'm also not loving the sculpt work of these straight blades anymore, how they taper down to a fine point like that. I believe that Star Wars lightsaber blades are an equal width all the way down, then they round out for the tip. Damn it, so when Marrok was announced, he was meant to be one of the first characters to come with the fixed swooshing effect lightsaber blade with the straight edge then the curved arc behind it, which is what I've been wanting for ages, and a lot of y'all have told me the exact same thing in the comments. It's sort of fixed, but also not really. You can see this peg is still at an angle, so while they've reduced the fanness of it, it's still almost an equal fan all the way down. See what I mean? Connecting it to one of his hilts, it still looks like a triangle, as though he's just swooshing his lightsaber back and forward. He might very well be doing that. But I also want a proper swooshing effect blade. We've seen third-party companies do it, so there is no reason why Hot Toys can't give us one, in addition to these fan effect pieces. At least one edge is more saturated than the other, so you could get away with this being the leading edge for figure photography. Right, so the four hilts. This one is his collapsed hilt, meant to go on his back. There's a peg port right there, very nicely weathered. There's a lot of dirt and grime on it. Then the expanded one with the full circle, very Inquisitor-esque. Is Marrok an Inquisitor? Let me know down in the comments. All of the lightsaber hilts are compatible with all of the blades. You can plug them in either end. And yeah, that includes the light up ones as well. For Marrok, because he doesn't have a belt, they didn't give us the alternative clip. We only have one option, and that's to connect it to the arm on his stand, which is okay with me. I don't mind having to plug that on there. I don't usually have these things on figures belts anyway, because 9 times out of 10 for Star Wars figures, they're using pleather. But not on Marrok. For the first time, I think ever, maybe, I can confidently say there is no pleather on a Star Wars piece, which is crazy. Like, somehow they sneak it in, like, on a belt or a strap or something or a holster. There's none of that on Marrok, all fabric and sculpted plastic. Now, this hilt is like the collapsed version. You've still got the cable for the light up effect. I don't know how necessary this is. I mean, the sculpt work is good. You can see the two sides of the circle sandwiched on top of one another. The gold switch, the weathering, the shininess for the silver. But if this is meant to go on his back, I would have just included the double-bladed, fully expanded hilt as the light-up option. Not mad that it's here, but if they'd have not given us this, maybe Marrok would have been a little bit cheaper. This is pretty neat, actually. He's got a switch-out gauntlet with a display on it. There's a feathered red edge to it, and it looks rusty and dirty and grimy. This mottled metal texture both looks and feels very convincing, but I promise you, this is made of plastic. Then lastly, an array of hands. Not quite a full one. We don't have pairs for all of the gestures, but they got close. 2 relaxed open palm hands already installed on him right out of the box. 2 gripping hands. The fingers are soft enough you can pry them open to pop the lightsaber hilts in there. The metal texture on the hand armor looks just as good as the gauntlet. And there's a lot of really fine leather grain texture and wrinkling sculpted into the gloves. And these are the odd ones. 1 force push hand for the left and a closed fist for the right. Really would have liked pairs of these. What we're going to do now is get Marrok himself out here. Standing straight up and down in the light box, no crazy poses or accessories or anything like that, except for his lightsaber hilt on his back, just to complete the look. Even though we're early on in the video, and we all know what happens to Marrok in Ahsoka Season 1. The poor dude meets an untimely demise way too quickly. I still love this piece. He's not perfect, we've got a couple of things to discuss, but for the most part, he's got presence, his outfit is visually interesting, chock full of detail, and it's going to help him stand out on the shelf for all the best reasons. Not to mention his proportions help him look very realistic. Up close and personal, kicking things off with Marrok's helmet. You know, before we do that actually, it's such a shame that we're not going to be able to see more of this sick-looking character design in the Ahsoka series, because, spoiler alert, in Season 1 he was sliced, and what came out of him can only be described as a fart cloud, and then Marrok was never seen again. Maybe there's a chance that the fart cloud can be put back into another suit of armor, but we'll have to wait and see. This helmet, a really unique Star Wars helmet design. Super angular, pointy at the back, multiple layers up front, the little eye slots painted in gunmetal, the orangey brown rusty looking washers, and because there's so much texture on the surface of all of the armor plating really, it just drinks up the paint they've used, the black wash, the gunmetal slightly shiny undercoat, and that orange paint that I think is meant to mimic rust. Oh, we ain't done with their helmet. Around the back, it swoops in as we've got these layered armor plates, and check out that orange just on the edge there. So convincing. It looks like it's made of metal, but I assure you all of this is ABS plastic. There's some ribbing slash vent work on either side underneath the visor. And that's what this is supposed to be, yeah? Like a visor that would come down over the top. It looks like it's a separate piece. There's a gap around the edge. Once again, no, it is not removable. I always love seeing the reactions online when we see a character like this in costume for the first time, whether it's leaked set pics or official pictures. There's wild, rampant speculation about who this character is, what they're going to do, what's going to happen to them. Some people said that this T up front was a hint as to who Marrok is supposed to be really underneath the armor. That never ended up playing into anything, but it was interesting to see at the time, of course. Orange washes in the crevices everywhere, you already know that. The heavy metal texture, that shine to the armor. The buttons, they don't light up. In the show, I believe the red ones were illuminated. This is cool the way they've done this. You see that peg right there in this rounded out black shelf that sits proud of the armor plating? It is functional. You can plug Marrok's collapsed lightsaber hilt into the back of it. You can't see the hilt from around the front, so it doesn't do anything for me, but if you're in need of some weapon storage, you want to have this on his back, that is totally doable. Just watch out for that peg, it feels a little fragile, and when you push this on there, it's super secure, it's a very tight fit. His suit underneath the outfit is just ribbed fabric for the upper torso. There's baggier fabric for the pants, we'll get to them. The shoulder pads are free floating, attached with either elastic straps or Velcro, so you can adjust them when it comes to posing. And his gauntlets, they're free floating, but you can remove the left one and replace it with the screen gauntlet. I think I'm going to rock him with this one in the collection just because it adds some more visual interest and asymmetry to the front of his outfit, with the gauntlet being split open, revealing that display, and there's that pop of red now. But you just saw switching out the gauntlet is super easy. You remove it, the shirt ends quite high. That means that you don't have to fight the sleeve underneath the gauntlet. You pop the replacement one on, install the hand, job done. Look at the weathering on these black pants. It just goes to show you that they can wear the fabric. They don't like to because it's difficult. Fabric soaks up washes and paint in different ways, and they don't like any kind of difference across figures in the same batch at the factory. I know that. But if they can do it for Marrok, they can do it for all figures that need weathering on their fabric outfits in the future. It's not as heavy as it was in the show, but that's not to say it doesn't look good. It absolutely does. His knee pads, they're sculpted plastic just like the rest of the armor, and they're attached with Velcro. You can adjust these too. Surely I'm not the only one enamored by this sculpt work for the armor plating. I can't be. When you see this, when you feel the armor plates for the first time when you get your Marrok, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Split cut boot design that looks like wrinkled pleather. There's even a zipper sculpted in. It's not. All plastic, no pleather on Marrok. The shoe parts of his boots, there's PVC armor plating on them. They've done that just so if this piece collides with the shin armor, there's not going to be any scuffing, and it shouldn't restrict range of motion. On the underside, some fully sculpted tread. Right you are, two more things to try out. His LED light-up lightsaber, then we'll compare it to a fusion reactor's one, and we need to install his cape. Let's do that first. Dude, somehow, Marrok looks even cooler now. I didn't think I was going to like the cape, but I do. We've got this tattered edge down the front. It's heavily weathered at the bottom where it's tattered there as well. It's wired for the collar for some reason. His undersuit has this ribbed neck piece, so you can conform the shape of the cape collar to that ribbed outfit if you want to. There's some holes in it, so you can see the outfit poking through. And it's got this almost waxed feeling leather grain texture on the surface. It is not pleather, it's a lightweight fabric, and it drapes very nicely. Unfortunately, see these spines? Perfect opportunity to put some wires in this. They didn't take that opportunity, and this cape, it's only meant to drape. It's not wired except for that collar piece. Here we go again, Hot Toys mid at best LED light up lightsabers. There's a reason why companies are making LED NeoPixel blades in 1:1 scale, because baselit never works. It always looks terrible, it always comes across cheap. This hilt is baselit. LED either end of the hilt. It's meant to illuminate the blades all the way through to the tips, but in reality, doesn't actually end up happening. Let me show you. So flicking the switch, I've got everything connected to the junction box around the back. This is the effect. It's fine. Like I said, let's turn the studio lights off now. Hey, look, it's better in low light, I'll give it that. Is it better than a custom Fusion Reactors one? Link to their stuff in the description? No, of course not. The blades are properly lit all the way down to the tips, and they've done a lot of work to eliminate the dead tip issue. It's pretty much gone now. This is not a Marrok specific hilt, it's the Grand Inquisitor one, but they told me they are working on a Marrok hilt. Just keep an eye on their pages. I mean, it's a pretty close facsimile for Marrok's hilt. It's still round, double-bladed, but there's the red light in the middle. It's silver, not black. We don't have the accurate asymmetrical design for the spikes in these pieces. I'll be displaying him without his lightsaber until Fusion Reactors give us their version, because the Hot Toys one simply isn't good enough for me. Another benefit with the custom saber is one very thin braided copper cable coming out of it that terminates in USB-A. So much more compatible with your older power bricks that you probably have lying around from old smartphones or something. For a quick side-by-side comparison, don't the boys look sensational standing next to each other? The late great Ray Stevenson played Balin's Skull, R.I.P. Ray. He was very tall, so it makes sense that Balin towers over Marrok. Even though there's less armor plating on Balin's outfit, there's still sort of a shared design language going on, so different color palette, more orange on the left, more green on the right, they still work standing side by side. Sabine is shorter than Marrok. Without grabbing a ruler, I'm just going to say it once again, scaling looks about right to me, and I mean, this line has been hit after hit, hasn't it? I think we can all agree that Sabine's head sculpt is one of their best 1/6 scale female head sculpts of all time. Going over articulation, starting off with Marrok's helmet. Ball joint at the base of the neck, double ball peg underneath the helmet itself, looking forward to there, decent range before the base of the helmet collides with the chest armor. Looking up to there, plenty for a dynamic pose. Swivel, and some pivot side to side. Arms will go up to there, unhindered by the fabric outfit, almost all the way down by his sides. The chest armor gets in the way. Going forward and back, maybe on soft ratchets, kind of feels like it. Butterfly joint at the shoulder that hinges up and down. Swivel at the bicep, double bend at the elbow. That is the first joint on heavy ratchets, going past 90 with the second. Then for the wrist peg, it's a hinge and swivel. Torso, sculpted plastic armor, more sculpted plastic armor. There's layering at play, crunching forward. Honestly, more than I was expecting. Going back to there, but it gets super gappy. You can adjust the armor for it though. Swivel and pivot side to side. His legs will go forward on really clicky ratchets to there, and that's forcing it. The pants, they sort of are a bit tight around the crotch area, going out to there. Swivel at the upper thigh. Double bend at the knee on soft ratchets, going way past 90. Then a split cut boot design and a double ball peg for the ankles. Good for forward and back, rotation, as well as some ankle tilt. Moving on to the 3 cool and 3 annoying things. The first annoying thing, I've looked at so many reference pics now for Marrok's costume, really high res ones, and I don't think these elastic straps are supposed to be there, and the weirdest part about them is they're not even functional. The shoulder pads are attached with Velcro, not the straps. They've just added them for aesthetics alone, and if they're not accurate, they shouldn't have bothered. The second annoying thing isn't the cape itself. I actually really like it. I'm considering displaying him with it. It's the fact that it's not really wired. There's a wire around the collar, but nowhere else. These spines are begging for wires, and for a character like Marrok, he's got a full fabric outfit. You can leave him in crazy dynamic poses. I would have loved to have seen wires in this cape. The third annoying thing is when you connect up Marrok's lightsaber hilt to his back, it pegs in really securely, so that's a win. But almost too securely, if you know what I mean? It sits on a plastic peg, and I am so worried that if I take this on and off one too many times, I'm going to snap that peg. The first cool thing is they've weathered the fabric outfit. Where has this been all my collecting life? Why do Mandalorian figures not have weathering on their flight suits? This looks good, it ties the outfit together, and I want to see more of it. The second cool thing is the switch out gauntlet. It's such a scene-specific accessory. They didn't have to include it, but to pad out the accessory count, they chucked it in, and now, yeah, I might just pop it on there. The third cool thing, Part A, is all of the weathering on the armor plating, just looks so good. But Part B, full fabric outfit and no pleather. We can leave Marrok in crazy badass poses and nothing is going to happen to this outfit. Such a win for him. Wrapping up on Hot Toys Marrok from Ahsoka Season 1, is this guy a must-have? No, probably not. But is he a nice to have? Yeah, definitely. If you've got space for him, I highly doubt you're going to regret picking him up. Multiple lightsaber hilts, multiple display options with the switch out gauntlet and the cape. You can remove that stuff. You can mix and match if you so choose. And the outfit is stunning. The weathering, the texture, the fabric that will allow you to do crazy poses, that's also been weathered and is also interesting to look at with the ribbing and whatnot. This piece is a feast for the eyes. The proportions are so good. That looks like a real person in a Marrok costume rotating around in front of me. So while he's not essential to everyone, he was essential to me. I had to have him as soon as he was announced. Because when you get Star Wars figures that look this cool, and allow you to pull off sick poses long term, you don't have to have them in museum poses in the display. They, not all the time, but sometimes become must-haves for me, and that's what happened with Marrok. Now, I got mine at a discount from Pop Collectibles. I've popped a link to their site in the description, along with the discount code Justin's Collection, for 5% off your order if you decide to buy from them. As always, do your own research, make sure you're comfortable before buying. If you're heading down to the description, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button if you like the sound of seeing your name in the end credits of my reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next video.